Oh, you were good to them, huh? You gave them your trust, your time, your love. I get it. You're the nice guy, right? Always trying to keep the peace, trying to help. But look where it got you. They tore you apart, didn't they? They fed on your kindness like vultures, picked at your soul like it was easy pickings. And where are you now? Broken, bruised, and scarred. But you see, kid, this is where the fun begins. They thought they were smart, thought they had you figured out, thought you'd stay down, crushed under the weight of what they did to you. But they don't know you, do they? Nah. They only saw what they wanted to see. A nice, soft-hearted fool. But what they missed, what they missed was the real you. The one that's still breathing despite the pain. The one that's still standing, even with all the weight you carry. That's strength, kid. That's what they can't see. 'Cause they're too busy wallowing in their own guilt, their own regrets. You see, they regret it now. Oh yeah, they do. Every time they look in the mirror, they're haunted by what they did to you. They might not show it, might act like everything's all good, like they're living their best life, but deep down, they're rotting, slowly. They can't shake it. It eats at them, day after day. But you're still here. That's the punchline. Now, don't get it twisted. This isn't about revenge. Nah, that's too easy, too cheap. This is about you waking up to the reality that you survived. You took everything they threw at you. Every insult, every betrayal, every knife in the back. And you're still here. You feel that? That heartbeat in your chest? That's power, man. That's survival. And trust me when I say this. That's something they'll never have again. They're stuck now. Stuck in a loop of regret. Wishing they could turn back the clock. Undo the damage they did. But they can't. They're the prisoners now. Trapped in their own minds. Locked in the cages they built. And you're free, whether you see it yet or not. But I get it. It still hurts, doesn't it? It's like there's this hole in your chest, and no matter what you do, you can't fill it. That emptiness, that pain, it's real. But so is your strength. And it's time you started using it. Look, the world's a nasty place. It doesn't give a damn about how kind you are. You're just another piece of meat to most people. They'll use you up and spit you out without a second thought. But here's the thing, kid. It doesn't matter what they think. It doesn't matter what they did. What matters is what you do next. Are you gonna lie down and die? Let them win? Let them tell the story of your life? Or are you gonna stand up and write your own damn ending? I know the pain you're in. I know it like an old friend. But pain is a beautiful thing when you know how to use it. Pain sharpens you, makes you stronger. It turns you into something more than what you were. It carves away the weakness, the naivety, until all that's left is the real you, the one that doesn't break, the one that doesn't fall apart when the world turns its back. They thought they could destroy you. They thought you were weak. But what they didn't realize is that every time they hurt you, they were just adding fuel to the fire. And now that fire's burning inside you, hotter than ever. You feel it, don't you? That heat in your gut, that rage behind your eyes. That's your power, man. That's your weapon. And here's the thing about people like them. They're cowards. They hit you when they thought you wouldn't fight back. When you were vulnerable. But now they're terrified. Terrified that you'll rise up and show the world what you're really made of. And you will, won't you? You're gonna rise. Not for them, not for revenge, but for yourself. To prove that no matter how much they tried to break you, they failed. They failed. And that failure, it's gonna haunt them for the rest of their lives. So let them regret it. Let them rot in their own guilt. You don't need to waste your time on them anymore. You've got bigger things to do, bigger places to go. They're stuck in the past. But you've got the future in your hands. Remember this and remember it well. They damaged you, but they couldn't destroy you. Now, they live with the regret, and you live with the power. The power to rise, to become something more than they ever imagined. So get up, dust yourself off, and show them what survival looks like. You ever notice how it's the kind ones who get hurt the most? Yeah, that's right. They see your kindness as a weakness, a soft spot they can poke and prod at until it bleeds. And you let them, didn't you? Because you believed in people, in second chances. You believed that deep down they were good. That if you just loved them enough, gave them enough time, they'd change. Well, guess what? You were wrong. They don't change. People like that, they feed on people like you. The softer you are, the harder they hit. And the more you give, the more they take. That's the truth about this world, kid. No one's playing fair out here. It's a war zone. And you walked in with your heart on your sleeve, like that'd be enough to protect you. But what did you get in return for all that kindness? Betrayal, pain, silence, when you needed the most. And now here you are, picking up the pieces of the life they shattered, trying to make sense of the mess they left behind. You feel that, don't you? That ache in your chest that doesn't go away. That heaviness in your soul that weighs you down like chains. They broke you, and now you're stuck in the wreckage, trying to figure out how it all fell apart. Nights staring at the ceiling, thoughts racing, heart pounding, wondering where it all went wrong. You replay it over and over in your head, don't you? What you could have said, what you should have done. Maybe if you had just been a little stronger, a little smarter, a little less trusting, maybe they wouldn't have hurt you. Maybe you wouldn't feel so damn low. But here's the thing. You didn't deserve any of this. None of it. You were good to them. You gave them everything. And they took it all and ran, leaving you with nothing but pain in their wake. But here's the kicker, kid. Pain's not the end of the story. You see, pain is a tool. Yeah, it sucks. It burns. But it also shapes you. It's like fire, you know? It either consumes you or it forges you into something stronger, something unbreakable. Right now, you're standing at the crossroads. Either you let this pain destroy you, or you use it to rebuild yourself, brick by brick. And trust me, the ones who broke you, they're watching. Oh, they're watching, waiting to see if you'll crumble or rise from the ashes. So, what's it gonna be? You gonna let them win? Oh, they thought they got away with it, huh? Thought they'd just walk away, no consequences, no guilt. They thought they could forget about you, move on with their lives, pretend like you didn't even matter. But here's the dirty little secret they don't want you to know. They're haunted by it. Every day, they live with the weight of what they did to you. They might act tough, act like they don't care, but trust me, it's eating them alive from the inside. You ever notice how quiet they get when your name comes up? How they avoid eye contact when someone asks about you? That's guilt, kid, and it's not going anywhere. Oh, sure, they might laugh, party, live it up on the outside. But deep down, they're trapped. Trapped in a cage of their own making. Because no matter how hard they try, they can't escape the fact that they destroyed something pure, something good. They destroyed you. Now they're stuck, reliving that moment over and over. Every time they look in the mirror, they see it, the monster they became. And the worst part, they know they can't undo it. That regret, it's like a disease slowly eating away at their soul, and they'll carry it for the rest of their lives. Meanwhile, you've got the power to move on, to rise above, to become something they'll never be. Free of their lies, their poison. You've got the power to live while they're stuck in their own personal hell. You feel weak right now, don't you? Like the world's too heavy? Like you can't carry this burden anymore? But what if I told you that this is exactly where you're supposed to be? That this pain, this darkness, it's not your enemy, it's your fuel. It's what's gonna push you to places you never thought you could go. You see, they underestimated you. They thought the pain would break you, thought you'd just lie down and take it. But pain can be a weapon, a hammer that forges you into something stronger, something sharper. Every time they hurt you, they were making you tougher, even if they didn't know it. And now you've got the strength they'll never have. You've got the fire inside you. And that fire, it's what's gonna make you unstoppable. You ever notice how the strongest people, the ones who seem unbreakable, are always the ones who've been through the most? That's no accident. That's survival. That's evolution. Every scar, every tear, every sleepless night, it's all a part of the process. You're becoming something more, something bigger than what they ever imagined. And the best part? They'll never see it coming. You see, kid, life isn't about what happens to you. It's about what you do with it. You've been through hell, no doubt about that. But now, it's time to decide. Are you gonna let them write the ending to your story? Or are you gonna take the pen and write it yourself? You've got the power now, even if you don't see it yet. The power to rebuild, to take everything they took from you and turn it into something greater. The power to prove to yourself and to the world that they didn't break you. They couldn't. And that's the ultimate victory. Not revenge, not payback, but rising above it all, becoming something they could never be. So here's the deal. They damaged you. They hurt you. But they didn't destroy you. They live with regret now, trapped in their own guilt, while you've got a life to live, a future to create. So get up, kid. Dust yourself off. The world's waiting for you. Show them what survival looks like. Let's get one thing straight. People don't care about your kindness. In fact, they see it as something to take advantage of. Yeah, I'm talking about those friends, those people who smiled in your face while plotting behind your back. You thought being kind would get you respect, would make them see your value. But they don't see value in kindness, not in this world. What they see is weakness, an opportunity. They saw you coming from a mile away, kid, and they knew exactly what they were going to do the moment you opened your heart to them. You thought you were playing the long game, right? Thought that if you kept giving, kept showing them love, they'd change. Maybe you thought they'd see the light, but they didn't. They just kept taking. And you just kept giving. And now, look at you. Empty. Hollow. You gave so much of yourself that there's barely anything left. And the worst part? They walked away without a second thought. Left you lying there, wondering where you went wrong. But let me tell you something. It wasn't you. It was never you. You didn't do anything wrong. You were kind, you were good, and they couldn't handle it. They saw something in you they didn't have. Heart. And instead of appreciating it, they tried to destroy it because it made them feel small. Your kindness, it was a mirror, and they hated what they saw staring back at them. You ever sit alone in the dark with nothing but your thoughts to keep you company? It's a funny thing, isn't it? The way the silence wraps around you, tight like a straitjacket, suffocating you. The way the memories come flooding back, one after the other, like a movie you can't turn off. You think about the moments you were there for them, the times you picked them up when they were down, the times you gave them everything you had because you thought they needed it more than you did. And for what? Look at you now. You're sitting here with nothing. Nothing but the memories of how they left you when you were the one who needed them. The pain, it's not just emotional anymore. It's physical. You feel it in your chest, like a weight that just won't go away. Every breath feels heavier, doesn't it? Every step feels like you're dragging 1,000 pounds of regret behind you. They damaged you. They tore you apart piece by piece. And now you're left here trying to put yourself back together with nothing but broken shards. But here's the thing about being broken. You're still here. Yeah, you're a mess, but you're still standing. And that's a victory in itself. You think the pain means you're weak, but it doesn't. It means you're alive. And as long as you're alive, you've still got a chance to fight back. Not against them. Nah, they're not worth it. This fight, it's with yourself. You've got to decide if you're gonna let this pain define you, or if you're gonna use it to become something stronger, something they can't touch. Oh, don't think they've forgotten about you. Don't think for a second that what they did doesn't haunt them every single day. They might be laughing, smiling, putting on a show for the world like they've got everything figured out. But when the lights go out, when they're alone with their thoughts, it's a whole different story. That's when the regret kicks in. That's when they start to feel it, the weight of what they did to you. It doesn't happen all at once. Nah, it's slow. It creeps up on them like a shadow, at first just a whisper in the back of their mind. But that whisper gets louder, louder, until it's all they can hear. They might try to distract themselves, drown it out with parties, with people, with noise. But it doesn't matter how much they try to run from it. It's always there, lurking in the corners of their mind, waiting for the quiet moments. And when those moments come, they can't escape it. They see your face. They hear your voice. They remember what they did, and it eats at them. It tears at their soul. They regret it, every last bit of it. But here's the beautiful part. That regret, it's their prison now, not yours. You think they're free, living their lives like nothing happened, but they're not. They're stuck in the past, stuck in the moment when they decided to hurt you. And that's a prison they'll never escape. But you're different. You've got a choice. You've got the power to let go, to rise above. While they're rotting in their own guilt, you can move forward. You can build something new, something better, something they'll never have because they're too busy looking back. Pain is funny, isn't it? When you're in it, it feels like the end of the world, like you'll never escape it, like it'll swallow you whole. But pain is not the end. Pain is just the beginning. It's the fire that burns away the weak parts of you, the parts that were holding you back. You see, you think you're weak because you're hurting, but the truth is, you're stronger now than you've ever been. You've survived something most people couldn't handle. And that makes you dangerous. Pain isn't your enemy, kid. It's your weapon. It's what's gonna push you to places you never thought you could go. Every time you feel that pain, every time you feel like you're drowning in it, remember this: you're being forged, like iron in a fire. You're being molded into something stronger, something unbreakable. They thought they were destroying you, but all they were doing was fueling the fire. And now, that fire is gonna burn her free. The strongest people in the world aren't the ones who have it easy. They're the ones who've been through hell and come out the other side. You've been through the fire, and you're still standing. Yeah, you've got scars. Yeah, you've been hurt. But those scars, they're a testament to your strength. Every time you look at them, you're reminded that you survived, that you're still here. And that makes you unstoppable. Here's the thing, kid. You can't change what happened. You can't go back and undo the hurt, the betrayal, the pain. But what you can do, you can take control of what happens next. You can decide how this story ends. And that's the most powerful thing you can do. Because as long as you're letting them control your thoughts, your emotions, your life, you're still their prisoner. But the moment you decide to take back control, the moment you decide to write your own ending, that's the moment you're free. It's not about revenge. It's not about getting back at them. It's about proving to yourself that you're stronger than what they did to you. It's about showing the world that no matter how many times you've been knocked down, you're still here, still fighting, still moving forward. And that's power. That's real power. Not the kind they tried to take from you, but the kind they can never touch, the kind that comes from within. So, what's it gonna be, kid? You gonna keep living in the past, letting them control your life? Or are you gonna take back what's yours? Are you gonna rise up and show the world what survival looks like? Because trust me, they're watching, they're waiting, and when you rise, when you take back your power, they're gonna regret the day they ever underestimated you. So this is it. This is your moment. The moment you decide what kind of person you're gonna be. Are you going to be the one who lets the world tear them apart? Or are you going to be the one who rises from the ashes, stronger than ever? They damaged you, sure. They hurt you, but they couldn't destroy you. And now, they live with regret, while you've got the power to live with freedom, to build something new, something they'll never have. So stand up, dust yourself off. The world's waiting for you, kid. Show 'em what survival really looks like.